Wineries, breweries, events, and more. Maya Acosta here with Claire Scotty today. Claire, how is it going?
It is busy.
Super busy.
Busy. This is one of the busiest weekends I think we have had, including Mountain Fest weekend.
Yeah.
Like Mountain Fest weekend had a ton going on, but there's more.
Somehow this takes the cake.
Yes, it absolutely does. Which is exciting because we know we're going to have a lot of people coming up this weekend for Apple Festival and Carnival and so many other things. And so I hope everyone can tune in and hear about all the wonderful things happening across Tehachapi this weekend and start planning your itinerary.
Yes. We have this, obviously, the weekend update every week, but this is the weekend update of all updates.
Yes.
Really what you need to tune into to plan out your weekend. So let's jump right in. Obviously, the big focal point of this weekend is Apple Festival, but that does not mean that our wineries and breweries will not be hopping with fun things to do as well.
Absolutely. And I always love starting with our breweries and our vineyards for this special episode. So let's start with our breweries this week. We have Old West Brewing at the Cantina, which is located at Mango House Lounge over off of Highway 202. And they're actually bottling a very special beer this weekend using some lion's mane mushrooms from Bear Valley Mushrooms.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's a very unique, very delicious beer, and they will be featuring that at the Apple Fest Beer Garden.
Cool.
But you can always pop in, Thursday through Saturday and see if maybe there's some to try ahead of time.
Yum.
Over at West Lane, they have Teachers Night every Friday where teachers can go in and enjoy a discounted beer. And then on Saturday, they have Justin Lawrence playing a little bit after Apple Festival. And then they have Rocky Barbecue coming. They're from Bakersfield. And I was looking at some videos and some menu items and, it looks good. So great way to continue the fun after Apple Festival over at West Lane. Local Craft Beer has their musical open mic night every Thursday, which is always a huge hit. Friday through Sunday, Lupita's Hot Tamales. Wednesday, Geeks Who Drink Trivia Night starting at 6:30. And they have wine specials and cocktail specials as well all throughout the week. So if you're not a beer fan, but your friends are, head on over and see what all they have. They have some local wines available and some delicious cocktails.
Awesome.
Mountain Brewing has a bunch of fun stuff going on. Every Tuesday, they have open mic night at 6:30. Every Thursday, they have line dancing starting at 5. This Saturday, they have Angel's Roost happening at 6 p.m. And earlier in the day, they have Cars and Coffee starting at 8 a.m., where classic cars and motorcycles and specialty automobiles are welcome to come and show off. On Sunday, they have Devin Brinsfield playing from 1 to 5. And then on October 19th, they have that comedy show with 6 different comedians. Tons of fun, but you have to get tickets for that one. So go to boldtehachapi.com to get tickets for that comedy show. Heading over to our vineyards, Stray Leaves will be open early this weekend at 11 a.m. So you can start that people watching early right downtown Tehachapi on Green Street. And they have all those amazing award-winning wines and that beautiful patio right out front. Triassic is open Friday through Sunday, and that's from noon to 6 p.m. And on Saturday, they have Claudia's Catering coming to serve up delicious food, and Kerry Park will start playing at 3:30. On Sunday, they have a special paint night.
Ooh.
Yay! And this is autumn colors, and so a beautiful scene with birch trees and, leaves changing colors. And every time I look at it on social media, I think, So if you want to do that on a regular basis, then go to this paint night and paint it, and then every time you look at it. Over at Tehachapi Winery, they have that huge fall festival that they've been planning, and it's going to be off the charts. It starts Friday night with Nick Slater. He's coming to play all throughout the evening. And then Saturday morning, get there around noon. And then Nick Slater and the Tulare Dust Band will be there. Dub Seeds is going to be playing. Will Gale Dance will be there. And then tons of vendors, a hayride, maker's market, grape stomping. So much fun. So if you're not an Apple Festival person, or if you hit that up and you're like, all right, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
Tehachapi Winery has you covered.
Cool.
Yes. Heading over to Dorner Family Vineyard, they have Tom Holden playing on Saturday from 1 to 5 and Tom Carlson playing on Sunday. And they have delicious pulled pork sandwiches available all throughout the weekend, the wine slushies and charcuterie and dipping trays and all kinds of deliciousness.
Yum.
Over at Tehachapi Wine and Cattle Company, they have their big wine club pickup party happening this weekend. So if you are a wine club member, head over there and grab your wine and enjoy Mike Heckathorn playing from 2 to 5 on Saturday and Joey Strader playing from 2 to 5 on Sunday. Los Viajeros is doing their grape harvest this weekend.
Ooh.
So they are inviting everyone to come on out and do a little grape picking with them. It's really, really fun. It is a little hard. I mean, it's not hard. It's just getting up and moving, right?
Sure.
And so sometimes you're bending down a little bit to get to the grapes and then, packing them in little boxes and bringing them over. So you get lunch. You might even get a little wine tasting and you get to experience this really cool part of creating wine.
Yeah.
And it's a huge help to Los Viajeros. So that starts at 8 a.m. on Saturday. Please call 562-229-6349 to let them know that you're on your way and you're ready to help.
Cool. And what a cool bit of information or experience that you have that you can pass along with family or friends that are visiting. And you can take them out to Los Viajeros or other wineries and be like, yeah, I've picked the grapes myself. I know how this works. You're a professional.
Yeah, and exactly. What a unique experience, because you don't really get to do this in other wine regions.
Right.
Most wineries don't really invite people in to participate in this really special part of it.
Yeah.
And so what a cool experience. And it's going to be gorgeous this weekend, 70s. Yeah. So perfect temperature to get out there and get a little work in.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's what our breweries and our vineyards have going on. And we know, there's so much happening in our community. So I always like to talk about our local public library. They always have fun stuff going on. They have a huge book sale happening this weekend, and that is a huge fundraiser for them and to help with all the games and programs and classes and all the special stuff that they do for our community. So the book sale will be at Apple Festival all throughout the weekend, but make sure you stop by. They're going to be right on F Street. They're going to have 2 booths, and then they're also going to have this big book sale kind of going back behind the building. So tons of books. I know they've been very excited getting all this put together.
Yes.
Tehachapi Terror starts this weekend.
I'm so excited.
Yes. So the 12th, 13th, and then going on throughout the month, the 18th, 19th, 20th, 25th, 26th, 27th, and the 31st. Ooh. Over at Woodward West in Stallion Springs. That's located at 28400 Stallion Springs Drive, and this is a free event. So head on over. It's going to start getting dark, 6 p.m. Perfect time for a haunted house.
Yes.
So 6 to 9, each of those dates. Go get the thrills in. And we know that Apple Festival is afoot.
It is upon us.
It is upon us.
You can't see it right now, but we are joined at the podcast desk by the Apple itself.
The Apple came to join us today.
We'll make sure to take a picture so you understand our lovely guest here next to us.
Yes. And he's very excited to be a part of this. This is his weekend.
Yes.
And it has been such a joy to be a part of the whole experience of bringing Applefest together.
Yes.
And amazing people, amazing partners. We have City of Tehachapi partnering with us. Thank you so much. And we have WM, who's a huge partner, and Rio Tinto, US Borax, Tehachapi Cement. West Lane Brewing is helping with the beer garden, sponsoring a good bit of it, and the entertainment. Mm-hmm. And then we have the Samarenko team. They are blowing up Apple balloons for everyone. There's over 1,000 balloons that will be available for all the kiddos and people young at heart. So we're so excited. Terrigen has been a huge sponsor, and so thank you so much for helping us bring all this together. And then we have groups that have come in and are volunteering. We have the Girls Wrestling Club coming in and helping set up the bounce house area.
Cool.
And that'll be over at the Tehachapi Train Depot Museum. Mm-hmm. And then we have the mountain bike cycling team. They're going to be helping with trash, which is huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge responsibility to help make sure that that trash is taken care of all throughout the day. We have the Tehachapi Amateur Radio Association. They're coming out and they're going to help with communication and making sure things go smoothly and that we're staying in communication all across the board. So just a huge shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. And there's going to be over 100 vendors, tons of food, tons of entertainment. We have Just Us Four Singers, which is an a cappella group starting us off on Saturday in Centennial Plaza. We'll have Lazy Dog Mountain Band and Journey in Time and Flashback later on in the afternoon. And of course, that apple pie eating contest at noon.
Yay, that's going to be fun.
Yes, that's going to be so fun. So anyone who believes that they can scarf down that pie faster than anybody else, come check in Centennial Plaza, probably around 11:30, and we'll get you all set up.
How many people are able to compete in this?
So we've purchased 10 pies.
Okay.
So we'll have 10 contestants.
Gotcha. Now, if you have a mass of people coming, how do you decide who's gets the honor of trying to eat the pie first?
Yes. I mean, we might have to
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors, or see if we can grab something else to eat. I don't know.
Yeah, some more pies. Need more pies.
Yes.
Stat.
Absolutely. And then over on F Street, on the day on Saturday, there's going to be Heart and Soul line dancing and Boot Boogie Babes. So tons of line dancing all throughout the day. That's going to be so fun. And then over at the Beer Garden, we have Christian Parker and Allison Reynolds playing. The Beer Garden will be on Robinson in the public parking area directly across from City Hall.
Awesome.
And then on Sunday, Elvis and Others will be starting us off with some good old Elvis tunes. And then we have Mean Gene Band playing all throughout the afternoon. And then Aerial Garden will finish it off with a gorgeous aerial acrobatic performance.
Awesome.
And we know that the apple pie baking contest happens at noon on Sunday.
There we go.
And we already have 8 people that have turned in their applications and are baking those pies and getting ready. So there is room for 2 more. We can have 10 contestants for that. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I have the pie.
Yep. Break out Grandma's recipe.
Yes, exactly. So hit up the Loop newspaper, which is also an amazing sponsor for this event. Call them, head over there, let them know, yes, I want to compete for this apple pie baking contest.
Awesome.
And then at the end of the day on Sunday, there's going to be the apple drop. And this is the Rotary and the Lions Club working together to do this amazing apple drop. And they sell apple drop tickets for $10 a ticket. And those proceeds go directly into providing food and necessities for our seniors all throughout the winter.
Fantastic.
Yes, it's wonderful. And it's so fun. So they have this big crane and they put all of these cushy apples, they're not real apples, but they all have numbers on them, and they drop it right onto this big old platform. And if your apple with your number lands right in that target, you get to win awesome prizes.
Cool.
Yeah. So super exciting. Over at the Beer Garden on Sunday, we'll have Jarrett Miner playing, and we're going to have all local beer at the Beer Garden. We'll have local craft beer in West Lane, and of course that Old West beer. And then we're going to also have several imports and domestics and a few others as well.
Awesome.
Yes. And then we know over at the rodeo grounds, a lot's happening over there as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So starting the weekend off, Friday night, we have Metal Shop, which is a really fun rock band, family friendly. They get out the blow up guitars and everybody can join. And then we have Heart and Soul line dancing, who will be joining us and getting everybody up and moving around and dancing. And then the carnival starts at 6 p.m. on Friday and goes until 10 p.m. And then on Saturday, we've got the rodeo hitting it off later in the afternoon. And the carnival starts at noon and goes until 10. And then on Sunday, the carnival will go from noon until 9. And then there will be a special shop and swap vendor event where we're having all kinds of people with antiques and equestrian tack and jewelry and treasures, right? All these things that if you're a treasure hunter, you're going to want to go to this and see what you can find.
Yes.
And that will be from 11 to 3 p.m.
Awesome. And this is like a weekend full of unique shopping opportunities too. Yes. Not only are you enjoying all of the fall festivities and the Apple fun, but as you're saying, you've got over 100 vendors down on Green and F streets. What sort of things can people expect to find at these booths?
Yes. So we have a lot of apple-related food items.
Okay.
So there's like Vita Juicery is going to have fresh pressed apple cider.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, so good. And then we're going to have apple donuts and apple pies. And Kelsey's is going to be doing apple cobbler in Centennial Plaza.
Cool.
Fresh apples from 5 C's Orchard. Fresh apple pies from Baking Me Crazy. So there's going to be tons of apple everything. We're going to be having some ice creams and cotton candies and delicious treats. We have a couple different Thai food vendors. We've got the delicious Asian food, fusion, tons of tacos. We've got burgers. We've got everything. Like everything is coming. And then with shopping, we have everything from wonderfully made candles made here locally by Tehachapi Candle Company. We have, my gosh, like I'm just trying to think because there's so much. There's beautiful jewelry. There's beautiful wood carvings, handmade knives, and as well as commercial knives from Cutco, which you only buy one set for your whole life, and then you're good. And then kids things, tons of dress up stuff for kiddos and games and toys, and iToys is coming out with a ton of really fun stuff that the kiddos are going to have fun with. And then of course when it comes to kids, we've got the old fashioned apple bobbing where the apples are on a string and you're sitting there trying to eat the apple. And then our local Tucker McDonald's, they have donated tons of these wonderful kids meals vouchers.
Oh.
So any kid that gives it a try, because we know it's a little frustrating,
sure,
but it's worth a try and it's fun. And so if they try it, they will get a voucher for a free kids meal at McDonald's.
Awesome.
Yes. So fantastic. We're going to have pedal cars for kids to ride. There's going to be cornhole. There's going to be this balloon car game.
Okay.
And so you put a little balloon on this little tiny plastic car and you pump it up and then you let it go and it zooms down this track.
Okay.
And you can have like 4 or 5 kids at a time and they all do it at the same time and then you see whose car wins.
Oh, yes.
So super fun. So tons of really fun games all throughout. And we know we have that new path. So we're starting down Green Street, turning on F, and then coming back up on Robinson. And then there's going to be delicious, wonderful things happening all throughout the middle. So you can't beat all the fun.
No, you cannot.
But we know that you were talking about all these things to purchase and these wonderful shopping opportunities. Well, the quilt show is happening just a hop, skip, and a jump down the street. And that will be at the ABAC Gym at 410 West D Street on Saturday and Sunday. And they're going to have over 100 quilts. They're going to, have a presenter and someone who is featured there. They're going to have raffle baskets and boutique vendors and quilts for sale and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3.
Awesome.
And then Saturday night, we have stargazing down at the municipal airport.
Yeah, we're super excited for this event. As usual, I will plug again another Tehachapi episode. The one right before the one that you're listening to now, we meet with Dale and Lauren, who are 2 solar system ambassadors from NASA and JPL, and they give us the details of what we can expect at the stargazing party. So it'll be really cool. A great way to check out the airport, Aviator Park, and of course the wonderful moon and stars and planets that'll be really bright and visible this time of year. So they plan this date specifically for prime optimal viewing of the things that they're going to be showing all of the attendees. So free event for people of all ages, starts at 5:30, goes until 10 p.m. on Saturday. So after you've had a long day at the Apple Festival and checked out the rodeo, checked out the carnival, all of the things, you can end your night off with a lovely, calm, educational lovely night under the stars where you're learning all these cool things about obviously outer space, and there will be some STEM experiments for the kids, potentially some static aircrafts that kids can climb in and check out. So there's going to be a ton to do, and it'll be a really cool, unique event. This only comes around about every 3 years, so you don't want to miss it.
Absolutely, and take advantage. And if you're listening and you're coming from out of the area, Tehachapi is one of the best places for stargazing. Yeah. So plan your night, maybe stay at a hotel and stay for the whole weekend.
Exactly.
But plan your night so that you can make sure you enjoy this before you head back.
Yes, it'll be great.
Yes, absolutely. Apart from that, we know that we have local pumpkins. You can go and get all your pumpkins at Bright Creek Farm. And the Village is doing a Make a Craft on Saturday. They are located at 101 East H Street, right across from the tracks from Green. And so when you're heading down Green, you go across the tracks, and then you got H Street right there on the other side. And so the Village over there is doing a really fun, like Halloween fall themed craft.
Cool.
And then we have more stuff happening next week, but I think we might want to save that and have everybody tune in again next week for all the fun that continues to happen.
Of course. And the fun doesn't stop after this weekend. I mean, we still have the full fall season where there is just so much to do. And as you know, we're going through all of the events and things happening this weekend, it just feels like bountiful, you know? Like we've got all of these different farmers doing harvests, whether it be at our apple orchards, our wineries harvesting all the grapes. The pumpkins are ready to be picked. It is just such a cool, fun time here in Tehachapi that you need to take advantage of.
Yes, absolutely. And there's room for everyone.
Absolutely. Yes. So much to do. Claire, as always, thanks for bringing in all of this information. We are going to be exhausted after this weekend.
Yes, we are.
We'll need another weekend from this weekend.
Yes, absolutely. And when you ask how I'm doing next week, I'm tired, but happy.
Yes. Have you seen the new Beetlejuice movie?
I have not.
Well, this is just like throwing it out there, but I feel like maybe at the end of it, you may just be feeling kind of like empty, but in a good way.
But in a good way, like the satisfied, like,
yes. If you've seen the new Beetlejuice movie, I think maybe you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, all the Halloween things will be coming next week as well on the topic of Beetlejuice. But yes. Claire, thanks again for coming in today.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. All right. If you have any sort of questions or comments, or you have an event that you would like added to our list, be sure to email us, media@tehachapicityhall.com, and we will get that added or directed to who or where it needs to go. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode, and we'll catch you here next time on Tehachapod.